two to three previous batches question paper, so that you will understand how the questions may be raised, and accordingly you may be prepared for the purpose of examination. I'm now referring December 2022 examination question paper. I just found it online. That paper will we will have 2 hours of time to attend the examination, and will be for 50 marks. And all the questions are compulsory. All questions carry equal marks. So each question will have 10 marks each, in which first 3 questions are completely descriptive type, and the fourth question we have explaining the terms. For 5 terms explanation they have asked for, and each term explanation of each term carries 2 marks each. Okay, the question paper is also available in Hindi version. Students may write the examination both in English or in Hindi. Okay, we have first question in this is discuss the developmental stages of honeybee. So bee biology, developmental stages of honeybee, bee biology is asked in this question, which carries 10 marks. Out of 50 marks, each question carries 10 marks. So you have to attend it in, means we have to elaborate in descriptive manner. We have to explain step by step very clearly. Regarding bee developmental stages, it is I have the earlier study material in page number 21. It is given developmental stages and life cycle of honeybee. You have to go through completely, study complete aspects given in this. There are majorly 4 different developmental stages. I think students must also participate in this. Which are the 4 different developmental stages of honeybee? Who knows can answer, please.
Yes, here Parasmani.
Yes, please.
Do you listen me?
Yeah, you are audible, please.
Yeah, so different development stages. It is starts with egg,
Yes.
then larva, then pupa, then adult. All
You
the
have to
insects
mention.
goes through these stages.
Yes, you are right. Okay. Description regarding each stages you have to give in the examination. You have to write there are 4 different development stages, and regarding egg, how the means egg is laid by the queen, and what is the color size, and where it is laid, all these things, morphological characters, and how many days it takes from development from egg till it hatches to larva. These things you have to write in description of egg. And regarding larva, again you have to write its morphological descriptions, and its feed. What are the feed given by worker bees, like royal jelly for first 2 to 3 days, and remaining days that will be fed with bee bread, that is pollen and honey, which is mixed with glandular secretion of worker bees. And larva of queen will be fed with royal jelly for all its lifetime. So these things, you have to go through the study material completely once again. And in pupa, you have to again tell its morphological characters, how it looks. Sealing of pupa when it takes place. And how the sealing of worker bees, drones, and queens will be, how they are different from each other, and how much days it takes for developmental stages. For all these things, egg, larva, pupa, how many days it takes with respect to worker bee, queen, and drone. You have to mention this. And the total, how many days it takes from egg laying to emergence of adult. And maturity, and its maturity, how much sexual maturity, how much time it takes. These things you have to mention. And also the lifespan, how much, how long the adult bees of worker, drone, and queen, these things, how many days they live. These things you have to mention there. I have explained everything. If you have any confusion regarding this, you can raise the question. Okay, where is the, I will raise the question now. Where are the queen cells formed in a comb? Anybody? Where are queen cells formed in the comb?
On the
Where the
periphery, sir, on the edges.
Yes,
On the periphery.
periphery, on the bottom side of the comb,
Edges.
especially on the bottom side, not on lateral sides. Okay. And queen is the queen only. Queen is the caste which takes very less time, minimal time. Yes, sir.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I think you were showing
Yes.
there are, if it is swarming, so there are many cells, queen cells, which is formed in.
Yeah, in a different situation, queen egg may also be found in, queen cells may also be found in between the comb also, in the middle also. That is in extreme cases, like in emergency situations, or while superseduring. Superseduring is when the queen is aged, or egg laying capacity of queen is reduced. These worker bees decide that queen is of no use, and one of the fertile eggs will be considered for a few of one from 3, 4, 5, or 6 fertile eggs are considered for rearing, and means into adult as queen. Means those cells will be fed completely with royal jelly, and the cells around that will be damaged, and the cells means that individual cell will be made larger, so that it will be easier for queen larva development inside that. That will be modified in emergency situations when the accidental death of queen happens, or during superseduring. Supersedure is rising of new queens when the old earlier queen is, mother queen is, that is less productive. In these situations that happens. Otherwise, in natural conditions, while regular in normal regular swarming situations, in the what it happens during the regular season, if it happens during regular season, the queen cells are formed in the lower edge of the comb, and queen takes only 16 days from egg laying to emergence of adult, and after 16 days it from 4 to 5 days or 6 days, it matures, sexually mature. Sexual maturity occurs in queen. After that, it mates with drone. It is called as nuptial flight. These terminologies are important because they may be asked to explain these terminologies for 2 marks each. Nuptial flight, or else whatever the terminologies I mentioned, you have to remember those things.
One
Uh,
question. One
yes,
question. Excuse me. One question.
yes,
Meeting takes place in the natural on the flight,
yes, yes.
and after meeting, the queen bee comes back to the box comb,
Hi.
or we have to bring it back.
No,
It
that will come
naturally
back.
comes.
That will come back to the same hive. The
Hello.
queen comes back to the same hive naturally.
It comes naturally.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Those things occur in natural conditions. Queen and other worker bees, they will have location metabolism, means communication and location, locating the hive technology in different manner, what is not usual for human beings. With respect to the direction of sun, they will locate its nest or hive. And queen, I told, multiple mating will happens. That is called as, we call it as polygamy, mating with several individuals. During mating, the male bee dies, and the queen mates again with 4 to 5 or 6 individuals, drones, which are capable of it. Okay. Then regarding drone, which it takes a very long time for its maturity, more than 25 days from egg laying to emergence of adult, and it will be for 1 season. Queen longevity will be from 2 to 5 years, and worker, it takes around 21 days from egg laying to emergence to adult, and these will be infertile female. Workers will be infertile female, and its longevity will be 1 month to, that is 4 to 6 weeks. Regarding worker bees, you must know they are capable of laying eggs, but the eggs laid by worker will be not fertilized. Means that unfertile eggs will be laid by workers only in the emergency situations, when the accidental death of queen happens, or else during superseduring, worker lays eggs and develops that cells into that egg into drone cells. So that the earlier fertile eggs laid by the mother bee, that is queen, that will be reared into fertile queen, and these drones will be helping for the purpose of reproduction, mating. So queen and both drone are brought up, that is reared in such emergency conditions.
Sir, are there no issues of inbreeding if the queen mates with the same colonist drones?
There might be, but it's a regular process happening in honeybees. Outbreeding means cross mating with other drone, other hive colony bee drones will be more effective, I think. But it is natural process in honeybees. This might have led to disease, more disease incidences also. Thigh-sac brood is one of the diseases. The more susceptible breeds will be destroyed. Due to inbreeding, the similar genes will be carried to the next generations, and due to this, there are more chance of destruction of colony. while these disease break happens. Yeah, there are problems of inbreeding, but this is a natural process happening in honeybee.
Is this class of revision, or you have any?
Yeah, I don't. I think this is the. I have talked about all the introduction. There are only few chapters. I have covered it. Just
Sir,
I am revising.
can you if you have any more slides on the bee flora?
Okay.
So yesterday I only listed out the species and the years. If you have more to talk on that chapter, bee flora and pollination, it would be more helpful.
Okay. Yeah, I will try to present on few things.
Please share the slide in this PPT also so that we can have a brief. We can go through those PPTs very much clear.
Sir, we will share all the recordings and PPT later, sir. Once we complete all the classes, just wait, sir.
Yeah, regarding pollination, I think we talked very less. Yeah, everybody knows that. So this is a typical structure of a flower. In commercial crop cultivation, this will be very useful. What we see in the middle portion, it is a female structure called as pistil. That erect structure is called as pistil. And the male part is called as stamen. At the end of the male part, we will have the anthers attached to that. Those anthers will contain pollen grains. And those pollen grains must be transferred on top of the pistil, that is ovule of the flower. And in few of the crops, few of the plant species, that happens naturally due to maybe due to structure of the flower. Naturally, it happens. Otherwise, in other few crops, that may be due to wind or other process, the cross pollination will happen to some extent. But in those partially cross pollinated and completely cross pollinated other crops, we need any other external being for pollination of that species. And bees are co-evolved with these plant species from not thousands of years, for millions of years, these plant species and bees have co-evolved together. Otherwise, these plant species, which are highly cross-pollinated, would not have been seen in these days. It had been extinct very earlier. So, pollination. Regarding pollination, if you ask questions, you must be able to write few points. Definition of pollination and structure of flower and the importance of honeybees in cross-pollination. Yeah, self-pollination is what it happens naturally within the flower. The pollen grains or male part of the flower are transferred to the ovule of the flower, that is, which is female part of the flower, and the pollination occurs naturally, and seed production, that is fruit production, fruit set happens naturally. That is called as self-pollination. But importance of bees comes when that is in the plant species where it is not, it doesn't occur, and the involvement of bees, honeybees, or other bees are required for pollination of these kind of species, and it is called as cross pollination, where an external agent is involved for transfer of pollen grains from the same flower or other flowers. So pollination is transfer of pollen from the anther of the to the pistil of the flower. It is the act of transferring pollen that the honeybee makes, such a great pollinator of agricultural crops. So why honeybees are the most important pollinator? Yesterday we saw a slide regarding bee fidelity. These terminologies, they may ask, what is fidelity? Bee fidelity. That is collecting pollen and nectar from individual plant species, different flowers of individual plant species. This helps in cross-pollination. When the honeybee carries pollen grains from one flower and moves to the same species flower, other flower of the same species, then the pollen grains from this collected by these honeybees are deposited on the pistil of the female part of the other flower, so that the pollination, cross-pollination happens naturally. So this is because of the behavior of bee called as fidelity. Only one species of flower is visited, foraged at one trip. As the bee moves within flower to collect nectar, the dusty pollen, which is located on the anther or the male part of the flower, will stick to the hairy legs and body of the bee. You have seen the morphological structure of honeybee. I have shown the zoomed structure of different legs, foreleg, mid-leg, and hind leg. These contains numerous hairs on it, and also on its head part and thorax. These hairs are seen. These hairs are able to collect the dusty pollen or deposited on these hairs, and later that will be combed by the bee with the help of foreleg, transferred to the mid leg, and deposited on the hind leg on its pollen basket. And later it is carried to the hive of the bee. When the bee leaves one flower and flies to another flower of the same species, the pollen on its body will inadvertently brush onto the female part, that is pistil of the new flower. Thus the pollination occurs. The male pollen on the female pistil allows the flower to bear fruit. Bee-aided pollination greatly increases the yield of many crops and would have to rely on accidental pollination by wind if there were no bees. Yeah, if there were no bees, only pollination through wind might have happened, or any other insect must have involved in pollination. During that situation, pollination chances are very little, and subsequently, with a few generations, that species may go extinct. So presence of honeybees are very important for numerous crops, not one or two crops. There are many numerous crops which are dependent on honeybees for its pollination. Yeah, we have seen the structure of flower. The first one, this might be flower of onion. Yeah, on sunflower, sesame, and last one I am unable to identify the species. There are many field crops as well as vegetable crops which are highly cross-pollinated by honeybees, and you have to remember the different species of crops. There are many research records. Research have been done regarding pollination behavior, pollination and bee behavior, honeybee behavior, and different pollinators are recorded on different crops. Honeybees constitute of all these. Honeybees constitute the major portion of pollinators. In the earlier class, we have you are known that there are, apart from honeybees, there are other hymenopterans or includes the ants and wasps. Apart from that, there are other social. Apart from social bees, there are other solitary bees. These honeybees are completely social beings. They live in group. Other than these honeybees, there are many solitary bees also. Example is one is bumblebee, and Amazella is one of the species found in Western Ghats. Bumblebee are mostly found in Himalayan ranges, all over the Himalayan ranges. Large cardamom is pollinated by bumblebee. And here in Western Ghats or Eastern Ghats, cardamom and many other spice crops are pollinated by these Amazella. These are example for solitary bees. And apart from bees, there are any other order insects are also participate in crop pollination. That is, dipterans include the flies. That is the family. It's an order of housefly, hoverfly, and other flies. Dipterans visibly they have only 2 wings, and other 2 wings are concealed inside. The hind wings are concealed. Those orders are considered as dipterans. And in the others, it includes the coleopterans. That is, includes beetles, weevils, all these kind of species of insects. Of all these, major pollinators are honeybees in majority of crops. You can see in guava, it's 99% pollinated by honeybees. In mango, it is 38%. Because of the size of mango, mango flowers are very small. Dipterans, that is housefly, play a major role in pollination of mango. And in most of the other crops, honeybees are the major pollinator. Sesame, sesamum, there's a field crops, Niger, sunflower, chow chow, gherkin, basil. These are vegetable crops and other field crops. So you can see the extent of pollinators. Among the pollinators, honeybees constitute the major portion. What is the impact of bee pollination? Without bee pollination also, sometimes cross pollination may occur, or pollination may not occur, and the crop yield may be reduced. If importance of pollination is asked, we have to mention these points. It's very important slide regarding pollination. We are more considering the commercial crops with respect to pollination. Hybrid vigor of the crop, that is because of cross pollination, the vigor is will be very high for the next generation. In hybridization process it is used, and increase the yield in general with respect to commercial crops, and better quality, because the more number of pollen grains settle on the flower, female part of the flower, there will be the theory of selectivity occurs, survival of the fittest. The best pollen deposited on that pistil, that best pollen reaches the worm and pollinates, and resulting in better quality of good pollination and better quality of the produced, and better germination of the seed, higher vigor of seedlings in the next generation. Disease and pest resistance is higher because of better selection of pollen during pollination, better shape and size of fruits, bold seeds, high oil content with respect to oil crops. So thus cross pollination is very important. Honeybees play an important role in pollination. Yeah, a few points you have to remember in this slide if the importance of pollination, bee pollination, is asked. Yeah, few plants are modified itself to achieve the cross pollination. Different situations are self incompatibility, which is seen in sunflower, mustard, and cauliflower. Self incompatibility may be due to the structural arrangement of male and female part of the flower, pistil, and these anthers are located on different heights. Example, anthers will be located on lower, means smaller. Anthers will be very smaller. Male part will be very smaller, and the pistil, female part, will be in a higher altitude. Means due to gravity, the pollen grains doesn't reach the pistil. So that will be the condition, or else male and female part of the flower matures at different time. Example, in avocado, butterfruit, it happens where the male matures after female maturity, female part maturity, it takes 1.5 days for male part to mature. So cross pollination is inevitable. And monoecious plant, which has only single type of flower, means only male flowers or female flowers, that will be separate. Only one type of sex is found in one flower. Dioecious plant, even though there are two types of sex are found, means both male and female are found on same inflorescence, that will be present on different part of the flower. Thus it doesn't reach the pollination doesn't occur naturally. And heterostyly, or heterostyly is what I told, different anthers and pistil will be at different heights, and signatic membrane in a few species of plants, there will be a membrane, there will be a layer between the male and female part. In example, in commercially we see it in vanilla. Vanilla is a spice crop, aromatic crop. We see in that where solitary bee in Madagascar, it happens naturally. Otherwise, in Indian conditions and wherever the vanilla was introduced, pollination must be taken up manually. There will be a thin membrane between the male and female part. We have to remove that membrane and make a contact between male and female parts of the flower. I will share this PPT, it will be helpful for you. In Kannada, there are some slides in this PowerPoint presentation, which explains the effect of honeybee pollination in sunflower. Okay, they have experimented with hand pollination and little bee pollination, and all they allowed all bees pollinating the field. and both hand pollination and bee pollination are allowed. And last one is completely excluding pollination. In that, there are different parameters observed: seed weight, seed number in sunflower flower, and oil content. With respect to all these, we have got highest seed weight is in grams. That is, we have got on-par results with respect to bee pollination and both bee pollination and pollination by hand, allowing only one species of bee, that is little bee, yielded almost half the weight of open pollination. In open pollination, they allow all the honeybees to visit and cross-pollination occurs. They got around 25 grams seed weight with respect to honeybee pollination, and on par, similar results were obtained with respect to honeybee pollination and hand pollination together. And they got around only half the weight with respect to hand pollination. And filled number of seeds. So number of seeds filled regarding that, yeah, similar results were obtained. Around 330 to 360 were obtained with respect to hand pollination and Apis florea bee pollination, and more than 500 and 530, 501 and 534 seeds were obtained. That is almost on par with respect to honeybee pollination and hand pollination and honeybee pollination together. And regarding oil content also, this was superior. Honeybee pollination yielded high oil content. This is not all weight put together. With respect to some, say 100 grams of oil seed is taken and the oil is extracted. And these honeybee pollinated seeds yielded very high oil content in it. The percentage of oil, this is expressed in percentage. Honeybee pollinated seeds yielded 53% oil, while hand pollinated yielded 38% and 42% with respect to Apis florea, and 46% with respect to hand pollination and open pollination put together. Highest yield was observed only with honeybee pollination. We got highest oil content expressed in percentage, that is 53% of oil was obtained when sunflower was exposed to honeybee pollination in natural conditions. So we can conclude that honeybee pollination was superior with respect to seed weight, number of seeds, and oil content in sunflower. Similarly, in watermelon, they have conducted similar studies. Here also, they have studied, they have allowed the bees to visit the flowers, and the number of visits were restricted. They have made the flower to visit one time, and few flowers for 2 times, and some flowers for 5 times, 10 times, and 15 times, and more than 15 times. These were the categories treatments, and they observed for seed weight, seed number, weight of the fruit, and number of fruit set. Few flowers will not set fruit, and others which are very well pollinated, sets fruit. Among fruit set happens, the fruit weight was recorded like that. Here we can see more than 15 times when the flower were visited more than 15 times by honeybees. We got when 15 times it happens, it was only 48 times, and more than 15 times it was 58 times. Sorry, 58 percentage of fruits were set. Out of 100 flowers, around 58 flowers were set into fruits. If you see only if the flowers were visited only 1 or 2 times, only 11, 17, 25 times if 5 times were visited, like that. It says that more number of visits were made to the flower, there are higher chances of very good pollination and fruit set. So it was higher when it was visited, made to visit for more than 15 times. That is 54% of flowers were set into fruits. And regarding weight of the fruit, also almost here, if the fruit were visited more than 5 times, the weight of the fruit were almost on par. But fruit, as it is, as the fruit set is very less, we will get overall yield will be very less. So allowing the fruit for more times to visit will yield higher yield, will result in higher yield. So to make frequent visits to the flower, you have to have your own beehives in the farm. Otherwise, naturally also it occurs where the naturally honeybees are found naturally. Yeah, the different crops are mentioned, and the increase in yield was recorded in different crops. In sunflower, 45 to 50% higher yield was recorded when the field was made to visit with honeybees. Honeybee pollination occurs, and sesame it is 45 to 50%. And in cotton, it is 25 to 50%. In vegetable crops like tomato, 25 to 30%. In cucurbits, it is 25 to 30%. In melons, in melons, it is 100%, more than 100%. Because in melons, if the pollination doesn't occur, the crop will be almost very negligible. So 100 to 150% yield increase is found. In watermelon, 80 to 90%. In fruit crops like grapes, it is 25 to 30%. In lime, citrus species, it is 50 to 55%. In apple, it is 50 to 60%. So these are all partially cross-pollinated and mostly completely cross-pollinated species are also mentioned here. You have to remember these crop names as example for crops requiring honeybee pollination, which are highly cross-pollinated.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
It is not in English.
Yeah, there are 2-3 slides in Kannada. Here it is in English now. In onion, it is 35% yield increase. In Niger, it is 50%. Grapes, 29%. There are different studies carried out. Different scientists or different researchers, they got different results. Even the same researcher conduct the same experiment in the same field, we will not get the very similar result. These results may vary. In biological studies, we will get the results will be different. There are many factors influencing. In every season, every individual is different. As every individual genome is different, the results will be definitely different. And with respect to, again, the weather factors, environmental factors are influenced. The genome of the plant species are also influence they also influence the result, and the activity of the honeybees also influence. So on an average, onion will get 35% increased yield, Niger 50, grapes 29, means 30 to 50% was the earlier result. Cardamom around 90%, more than 90% is because of cross pollination. In cardamom, honeybees also have a major role. Along with these honeybees, there is another species, a solitary bee called as Amazilla. That is a solitary bee. Those bee nest in not in groups. They nest. They have individual nest. They rear their young ones individually. And in coffee, we have different species. There is one species called as Robusta. Coffee Robusta is one variety, one species which needs higher cross pollination. And there is another species called as Arabica, which is mostly self-pollinated, which has very less influence of honeybees. But honeybee activity in all these coffee varieties have influence on higher yield. Around 15 to 20% with respect to Arabica variety, and 40 to 60% higher yield with respect to Robusta variety. In coconut also, we will get 10 to 20% higher yield. See, these are all the examples which are influenced by bee pollination to get higher yield. We have a lot of field crops mentioned in this, and fruit crops, vegetable crops in this. Yeah, perennial, tropical, temperate fruit crops. Yeah, we just go through these crop names. Later, I will be sending the PPT. Yeah, why are honeybees are considered as a good pollinator, not other bees or butterflies or any other order insects? Because honeybees' first character, what I told was fidelity. I have to remember this terminology. Honeybees have tendency of visiting the flowers of same species in one trip. Once they go out, they visit the similar species flowers, same species flowers, different flowers of same species. So pollen grains from one flower is collected, and when they visit on the other flower, naturally the pollen grains are deposited on the female part. Thus the cross pollination occurs. So fidelity is one thing. Specialty in food collection. Yeah, the way the honeybee collect the food, the pollen grains are collected on its body, and when it attempts to collect the nectar on the next flower, automatically the pollen grains are deposited on the female part. Nectar, you must have been knowing. Just I forgot to mention. In this flower, one thing bees collect is the pollen grains, which are located on the male part. On the anthers, the pollen grains will be located. We can see 6 style here, labeled as stamen. You can see 6 style around the female part pistil. These 6 style around this female thing, that is the male thing, male part. These contains anther on which pollen grains are deposited. Means produced by the flower. These pollen grains are collected by honeybees. Then again, the second thing that honeybee collects is the nectar. That will be deep inside the flower, while the honeybees use their proboscis, like siphoning mouth part, for collection of nectar from the flower. While collecting these nectar, automatically these naturally the pollen grains deposited on hairs of honeybees deposit on the female part of the flower. So that's a very good pollination occurs. So modified body structures, that is pollen grains are collected on the hairs of the body. Instinct to collect pollen and nectar. Yeah, naturally honeybees collect both nectar and pollen together. They have given different points for the similar activity. Work throughout the day and throughout the year. Yeah, all the day from early morning to the evening, they work, and in all seasons they are active. This is important because in few species, male and female part matures in different time, like avocado, what I said, butterfruit, we call it in South India. In that female organ matures in the morning, and the male organ of that flower matures in the next evening. It is 1.5 day will be the difference. And this for its pollination, we need pollen grains of other flowers. That will be carried out. In the morning, some flowers are pollinated. In the evening, some flowers are pollinated. Like that. Throughout the day and throughout the year. In all the seasons, different species of plants produce flowers. That is helpful for different species. Work in more number, definitely. Honeybees, each hive they constitute, there will be around 15 to 20,000 individuals. If it is Apis mellifera colony, we will have 30 to 50,000 individuals in one colony. In Apis cerana indica, we will be having around 15 to 20,000 in healthy colony. The number of individuals may be less in initial stages. Maybe some 2 to 3,000 worker bees are essential to start with. They are sufficient to start with. Later, the number of individuals are increased to up to 20,000 in a healthy colony. Yeah, they are adapted to varying weather conditions. In different seasons, in early in the morning to the sunset, and in rainy season to the winter season and summer season, all the seasons, bees are actively collecting the nectar and pollen. These are the characteristics of honeybees which make them good pollinator. For better pollination, I spoke about migratory beekeeping earlier. These are the photographs of migratory beekeeping, examples of migratory beekeeping. The beekeeper identifies the future potential foraging sites. See, you can see this is a coconut plantation where the flowers are available throughout the year. Whenever the flowers are available in plenty, like field crops, like sunflower, Niger, sesame, like that, you can shift the box to such fields. When the crop season is over, for 2 to 3 months, they will keep in such fields. When the crop season is over in such fields, that will be located to the, if annual crops are not available, that will be located to the perennial plantations. These in abroad in different countries, in Israel, America, USA, and Australia, they use these honeybees Apis mellifera for pollination in avocado. The farmer, the landowner pays for the beekeeper to keep his colony in the location, because due to presence of bees, the yield of the crop is increased. Only during the flowering season of those crop, the bees are made to keep in that location, and that is one source of income for the beekeeper. But in Indian conditions, these farmers usually do not have, they are not much aware of these activity of bees, and due to bee activity, the yield is increased. These are all not much known by the farmers. Only the educated farmers or innovative farmers know these things. So usually the beekeeper, beekeeper gets the better yield by placing these colonies in such fields. So beekeeper voluntarily identifies such fields and moves his boxes to such locations for one season, say one season for around 3 months. So these bee colonies will be effectively used for cross-pollination and increasing the yield. Yes, Swami Vivekananda, this is in Canada. In his time, he mentioned around 120, 130 years earlier, he mentioned that there are a lot of honey which is hidden in the nature, and there is a lack of beekeeping experts in India and the world, that we are unable to trap the potential of this beekeeping, means honeybees. So we can produce a very high yield with the scientific beekeeping procedures, following the scientific beekeeping procedures, so that our health and as well as our country economy will be increased. This is what he says. And finally, in the bottom, it is given beekeeping is an act of serving the nation, because the beekeeper, he taps the potential of the nature, which otherwise has gone waste. The nectar of the flower otherwise would have not been utilized for extraction. So otherwise what would have gone waste is utilized by the beekeeper, and the economy and health of the society are increased. That's what he says. Okay, thank you. I think you have got some information regarding pollination, importance of pollination, beekeeping, bee pollination. Yeah. If anybody needs any other information, everyone please go through the study material. For every heading, you have to know what description you have to write. You have to know the things properly first. You can also study in other means for purpose of means to know more things and become a practical beekeeper. You have to study everything, go through it in detail, and have the practical orientation. Whatever you study, you just think it practically and visit the apiary or beekeepers around you. There are in few places there are honey processing units also. In Karnataka, honey processing units are majorly at Bagmandala in Kodagu district. There are societies, and in North Karnataka, like in Sirsi, we have a honey producer society. In Bangalore Agriculture University, we have its apiculture department. We have that unit, and there are many. I don't have much information with respect to other states. Wherever you are, you just locate the nearest agriculture university. You can get the information from there. They will have the information, or else you can locate the nearest Krishi Vignana Kendra. They will have the information regarding beekeepers in the district. There will be one Krishi Vignana Kendra set up by under the ICAR, Indian Institute of Agricultural Research. There will be extension persons, scientists who are involved in extension activities, giving information to the farmers. They will have the very good information regarding beekeepers in your district. You can visit those Krishi Vignana Kendras of your districts. You will get the information of beekeepers. You can visit those. And if you find a processing unit also, you should visit that once. You will get the in-depth knowledge if you want to make a career out of this beekeeping. And Government of India also have the many new schemes from past 2 years. They have introduced many schemes. They are subsidizing with a lot of funds. Around 500 crores were allocated for beekeeping during COVID to strengthen the beekeeping industry, apiculture industry. So you can get benefit from government schemes as well. And to become a commercial beekeeper, you have to keep at least 1 or 2 bee boxes near your home or farm, and spend means in different seasons the beekeeping has different challenges. You have to spend at least 1 year with minimum number of boxes, say some within 10 numbers. We are maintaining less than 10 number of boxes. You have to spend at least for 1 year. Later, you may plan for, you may go for a large number of this one unit, like for migratory beekeeping. You can provide service for farmers which they need, who needs the cross pollination. In Bihar, around Uttar Pradesh and Bihar, lychee is one crop which demands very high cross pollination, which needs honeybees. And in plains, sunflower, these seed crops, oil seed crops, Niger, sesame, these demand very high cross pollination. Yeah, definitely you have to visit the beekeepers, and there are migratory beekeepers, commercial beekeepers in the state of Punjab. In Karnataka, there are a few commercial beekeepers, as I know. In other states, I don't have any much information. you may get that information through agriculture universities or Krishi Vignana Kendra extension scientists. Yeah, you have to involve more practically if you want to become a commercial and successful beekeeper and make a career out of this beekeeping. Okay, with respect to examination, you just refer previous 4 to 5 question papers, which is available in IGNO website. Just go through those question papers. If you solve these question papers, earlier 4 to 5 question papers, you will be able to get more than 80% of the marks, at least 70-75% of the marks you will be able to get. The important questions will be repeated. Almost all the important aspects will be covered with 4 to 5 question papers, previous question papers. Just try to solve those question papers. And one more challenge for you to write answers is remembering the terminologies. We have to go through the study material, write the new terminologies, what you write down many times, 3 times, 5 times. You just write down the terminologies, know the meaning of that, and write down 3 times, 5 times, 10 times the same terminologies, so that you will be that terminology will be recalled very easily during the examination time. Yes, thank you.
Sir, 1 minute, sir. Hello,
Yes, ma'am.
Deepak, sir. Yeah. Completed, sir? Do they have any questions? Students? Because, sir, this is the last class. Okay, sir. Deepak, sir, if anything is there, we'll let you know, sir. If any other class is required, anything, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Sir, thank you very much. It was a wonderful session. All the sessions are very good. I think the students have enjoyed a lot, and also they have learned. And the PPTs and the recording sessions we will be sharing with the students, sir.
Yes, madam. I will share to you, madam.